button, and we're live. What up?
Hey, the stream is live.
What's going on?
What up, though?
Hey man, we finally getting some decent weather up up
Mhm.
this way, B.
Oh, well, I'm glad y'all finally are, because we've been in spring since November.
Yeah.
We got zero snow. The first time in history that they recorded not even a trace of snow at the Raleigh-Durham Airport.
It's just been cold around this joint, man.
I mean,
Cold.
that's pretty much how it's been over in our area. We haven't had like a real snow. I mean, we had that
Yeah.
one snowstorm, and then I think 2 days later they had something, but that was it.
Yeah.
And look, good segue, K man. Speaking of snowstorms, what the heck happened with Saquon Barkley?
I'm trying to equate Saquon with a snow. Is he on drugs or something? Is it something we don't know?
It's like everything cracked. So y'all didn't hear what Tiki Barber said, right?
I don't
No,
care.
I
I don't care what Tiki Barber has to say. After
I know
life.
one of them told the other one that they were dead to the other.
Yeah. Tiki told said Saquon he's dead to us. So Saquon was like, okay, I can understand. You know, I'm getting my money. So he said, man, talking about a turncoat and a traitor. He said he the last person should be talking about that. Then towards the end of the little tweet that Saquon said, he said when you see me, don't smile in my face.
You know what? The reason why I don't like Tiki is because, all right, was it 04? He rushed for a bunch of yards. The Giants don't do anything, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 04. It was 06. He rushed for a bunch of yards, and then he retires because he thinks he has a great career going. Then talks like terribly about Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Next year they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone tells him, don't come around, don't do anything. Then the thing with his wife happens. Like, no, Tiki is a terrible dude. Like, he is a terrible. He is what Stephen A. kind of sometimes is. The Daffy Duck meme. Yeah, that's what he is.
The dude carried the ball like this.
Yeah.
Of course he's a bad person.
Like, Rondé, Hall of Famer. Tiki,
Hall of Shamer.
damn man. So no.
But yeah, speaking of Saquon, man, I had mixed feelings about this deal because on one hand, this really helps the Eagles like a lot, and it really helps Jalen Hurts. The only thing is, he got a buttload of money. He's only played one full season in 6 years, and he wasn't the best running back available. I put Josh Jacobs ahead of him. Number one, because Josh Jacobs he's a lot more dependable, number one. And number two, he's an electrifying dude as well. So that part of it, I didn't get so much because you see the other deals that these other running backs got, right?
Mhm.
You see the deal that Derrick Henry got from Baltimore.
Yeah.
A very, very, I wouldn't call it team friendly, but it's a better deal for a running back than he would have gotten a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you look at the deal that Josh Jacobs got from Green Bay, and I'm not sure what the Texans are going to give Joe Mixon, but I'm pretty sure it'll be something along the lines of what Derrick Henry got from Baltimore. So the financial piece of it, I'm like, oof, you could have done a lot better. But at the end of the day, with that addition, they also got Bryce Huff from the Jets. With that addition, and I don't know what the Cowboys are doing.
Y'all didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing.
I heard you try to sneak that y'all in there. Kill that. Kill that. You see
Hey,
that right there?
Hey, dude,
You see that right there?
Hey.
You see that right there?
Cut him some slack. you just turned that corner, all right? Just cut him some slack, all right?
Trying to loop me back. Man, no. Nah, deuces forever. Anyway, I don't know what they're doing. They let the starting center leave. They let a key piece of the rotational, the D-line rotation leave and go to Washington.
Tony Pollard.
Yeah, Tony Pollard's gone. They're getting ready to cut Michael Gallup. And you know, the inactivity over the first couple of days of tampering has not been surprising because that's just not how Stephen Jones gets down. All of the fans know that, yet they act surprised each year the Cowboys don't do anything the first few days of free agency. But I mean, as it stands right now, that we still got to have the draft and all of that. But as it stands right now, the Eagles are the clear-cut favorites in that division based on the moves that have happened thus far.
And look,
go ahead, Sean.
I'm gonna tell y'all that seems with the NFC East, man. It seems like that's a theme. When one player leaves one team, it's like that player makes it his business to go to another team in that same division, so they can like stick it to him. You see him twice a season.
Yeah, I mean that kind of has been a trend over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you've seen Eagles go to Cowboys. You've seen Cowboys go to Commanders, former Redskins. You've seen, Redskins go to Giants. You know,
James Thrash, Jeremiah Trotter.
Man, it goes all the way back to
Brian Mitchell.
No, Grant Hill daddy.
Oh, Calvin Hill. Oh.
Yeah.
But no, I like the move for the Eagles. The reason why I like the move is for Josh Jacobs is just a running back. Saquon can run routes.
Yeah, true.
But so can Josh Jacobs, though.
Not really.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it to the extent that Saquon does. Like you can line Saquon up in the slot and just say do whatever. He's gonna catch the ball. But I have seen Josh Jacobs. You know, he'll get out on a wheel route. I have seen him. I have seen him run hitches before. So I mean, he is capable. I don't think that they took enough advantage of that skill set that he has in Vegas.
They didn't.
No. Well, Vegas is a dumpster fire, but I think I like Saquon better for the Eagles because I wasn't a big fan of. I mean, I thought their running back was fine.
Swift.
Yeah,
Swift.
But he wasn't what they needed. I also think for this to work for the Eagles, this is This is like a player management thing. And while you got to go to AJ Brown and say, "Shut up, we're gonna be running the ball a lot." Yeah. And if we do what we have to do, we could end up with a ring.
Right.
So you also got to think, K-Man, Jason Kelce retired, which was like the heart and soul of the offensive line. So assuming they have someone to replace him that'll be at almost Jason Kelce's level, I don't know.
No, okay, let's be for real. Jason Kelce, yeah, he's beloved. He's a great character and everything like that. His peak was 2 years ago.
That's what I was alluding to. That's what I was going to allude to.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles will feel this retirement more in the locker room than on the field.
Yes.
They have, you know, they can plug and play somebody in that line because, you know, good coaching. They have a good offensive line coach, and they really play together. But where he's going to be missed most is in that locker room. So now would be the time to keep eyes on somebody like a AJ Brown, who, you know, his true colors started to come out a little bit in Philly this past season. So at the first sign of adversity for this upcoming season, he be somebody to keep an eye on because they're not only down Jason Kelce as a leader, they're down Fletcher Cox as a leader as well.
That's essentially, and I didn't understand why they gave Graham a contract. Now I understand.
Yeah.
You need that locker room guy.
Yeah. They had to. They had no choice.
So.
But like you said, it's a good move for Philly. Everybody's still picking Philly to win the NFC East. So.
Yeah. I mean, I just, as it stands right now, I'm not sure the Cowboys are the second best team in that division.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say. They don't have a left tackle. They don't have a center.
Running back situations up in there.
I mean, they do draft well, so you know, come draft time, we'll see how it all shakes out. I don't know. I really like what the Giants are doing on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the defense ain't the Giants this year.
It's not. But when they draft either Drake May or Jaden Daniels, because I do think the Giants are one of three teams that are going to move up. It's either the Giants, it's either the Vikings, or it's either the Raiders that are going to move up and take one of these marquee QBs.
I don't think the Raiders are moving up.
I know the Vikings are going to try to move up.
I know the Vikings are moving up. I don't think the Raiders are going to move up because what they gave Minshew, and they still like O'Connell. So,
but that's not a we can't draft a rookie contract.
This is the Raiders under Mark Davis.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You're thinking it from a rational standpoint.
Yeah. I had to catch myself.
Yeah.
Raiders rationality.
Yeah. Alvin gone a long time.
Yeah. They're not moving that. Like I said, I think it's gonna be the Vikings, man. The Vikings gonna do something.
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
Yeah,
they don't. Right, B. They don't have a choice.
I think 3 is for sale. I think pick 3 is for sale.
Mm-hmm.
I think Williams is going 1. Jaden Daniels is going 2 to the Commanders.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone's going to trade up for Drake May, but I don't know.
Out of desperation, they will.
Well, if you listen to a lot of the stats that people are putting out about Drake May, how he can run almost a pro system, they talk about his size, and they kept saying people don't think he's athletic. They tell him, oh wow, he's super athletic. But so you got to think, just by all that being said, someone, like I said, I'm thinking it's going to be the Vikings, move up to get him. Now, the dark horse is your boy, JJ McCarthy. Everybody was talking about him. He's sneaky good.
He's not sneaky good. The kid is good. That's the thing that I don't really agree with, especially like with a lot of these talking heads on the letter networks. They're trying to run this narrative that he didn't have to do a whole lot for Michigan to win the Natty, and I totally disagree. There were throws after throws after throw, NFL caliber throws that this dude had to make in order to make plays.
The touchdown throw versus Ohio State to Roman Wilson.
Yes.
Like between 2 defenders, that is an NFL throw.
Yeah, and let's be honest, this dude wasn't throwing the world beaters. Michigan's wide receivers, they were
Roman wasn't good.
Average to good. Roman, yes.
Roman's good.
Roman will probably sneak into the end of the first round.
Yeah. And Loveland is probably the best tight end in football, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and so I don't like this narrative that they're building, that JJ McCarthy is this quarterback that teams would just be stupid to trade up for. I don't think that's the case. I think of the quarterbacks outside of maybe Caleb Williams, I think JJ McCarthy has the chance to be the most NFL ready. Based off the system he came out of.
He's the only quarterback to run an NFL system.
Yeah.
Everyone running that goofy hybrid stuff. And also, this is a Jim Harbaugh team. They're going to run the ball. They're not going to throw the ball that much. They're not.
You see who they just signed?
Yeah.
Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
Bell cow.
So, and JJ is also one of the youngest people in the draft. He just turned 21.
Right.
Yep. So there was that, and then I don't care for the narrative, and they gotta do it to a black quarterback each cycle. They're trying to get everybody to talk themselves out of Jaden Daniels being a really good prospect.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
athlete. Oh, he's an athlete. Yeah.
I mean, this dude put up video game numbers in the SEC, and here y'all go. Can't help yourself. Can't help yourself.
Nope. Especially with
but let's talk about Bo Nix though. Let's talk about Bo Nix and all of the help he had around him.
And Bo Nix, who runs
play 7 years.
Yeah,
and also doesn't have a good arm.
Right. They'll talk him up. They'll say teams could trade up for Bo Nix. But when it comes to Jaden Daniels,
no one's trading up for Bo. The only person that Bo Nix can only get traded up if it's desperation.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't see that.
Well,
stupidity.
Hey, there's still some stupid organization.
Well, look, since we're on quarterback, we're going to take this little deep right quick, this little deviant. What do y'all think about Justin Fields' position? You think that window has passed for somebody to get money? I mean, to get a good trade, right?
I mean, the window has passed for Chicago to get something
Something.
of significance.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Because with each quarterback that got a contract, starting with who's the first one? Was it Baker? Was Baker the first one to
I
resign?
think it was Baker. Baker, yeah.
Starting with Baker, that domino fell, and then you started seeing quarterbacks get contracts. You started seeing quarterbacks resign, and then we got Cousins yesterday, Kirk Cousins, and so that really dealt a blow to their chances of getting maybe a high mid round pick for him, because we were the only team really that were considered a fit to do so. And I stand by what I said before. I believe we hammered out a deal with Chicago at the combine. It was just that Fields was never our first option. He was never our first option.
He was plan B. Yeah. We couldn't get Cousins.
Yep.
And Chicago did a terrible job. Like, everybody keeps wanting to say, "Oh, they control the draft because they got the first one." No. They have a kid who drafted first round pick 13. Your asset allocation or asset management is terrible, because now you're going to sell this asset for pennies on a dollar.
Yep.
And you only have what? The Giants, maybe. Damn, I don't really know. Seattle?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Seattle, maybe?
I could see that. I can see Seattle. I could see
New Orleans, maybe.
I could see the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets.
New Orleans.
I don't know, because
of course,
if he did, he would have to be behind Derek Carr, because Jameis Winston going to be back up to touch me, tease me.
Yeah.
I could also
see the Eagles.
We're going to talk about Derek Carr later.
I could also see the Eagles making the move, because Howie Roseman is not a stranger to making a splash, especially around this time of year.
I mean, look, that's how I got Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
true.
Yes. So also Green Bay, they love, but they've historically done that. They get a quarterback, build them up, and then trade them, draft them real low, trade them. So
I just don't see Chicago doing that in the division.
No, but I can't. I can't think of that many teams. I really can't.
Yeah.
Arizona, maybe.
No, except Kyler.
No, Kyler's too insecure for that.
No,
he might be the Seattle or the Jets, probably.
Maybe Pittsburgh
or the Giants.
Yeah.
Because this is Daniel Boone last year with the Giants, man. I'm telling you.
Giants are sitting there at 6.
Yeah.
You trade a 4 at this point. Trade a 4 to Chicago for Justin Fields. You sitting there at 6. You got your pick of probably Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze. Or Joe Alt.
Yeah.
Yeah, good tackle. Yeah.
So that's something that the Giants could look at. They got their running back in Devin Singletary. So I mean, hey, could happen. Makes sense.
All right. Where we going next, man? We going to Baltimore?
Yeah, let's go to Baltimore.
Oh, you can hear that one, okay.
All right. So the Ravens signed Derrick Henry to a 1-year deal worth $9 million. I like this move, but I would love this move if certain other things happen. Baltimore's issue, as I told you, I was never that high on Mike McDonald. I do actually like Zach Orr, the new defensive coordinator, but the Ravens, for them to be a real defense, I already told you, if you had Jadeveon Clowney starting, you weren't a real defense. I don't care what nobody says. You lose Patrick Queen, but that's not really that big of a loss, because once you got Raekwon, Patrick Queen was gone.
He was expendable. Yeah.
So Zay Flowers will have another year. You get Andrews back. You saw the emergence of Likely, but they still need a number one or at least a first down Art Monk, not just a because I don't think Zay's there yet to be a number one.
Yeah.
But they still need like just a safety blanket wide receiver.
Calvin Ridley.
Yes, would be. You can get him, especially. I think you can get him for a 1 year deal because a lot of people are taking these 1 year deals. You give him a 1 year deal with, I don't know, $9 million base, incentives up to like $15 million. I think
I'll give him 12 base.
I think it worked, but as of right now, I like the move. I don't love the move.
Yeah, because Odell, I don't think Odell gonna be back there in Baltimore.
No.
He didn't play in the he didn't play in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. I like the move. I would have loved the move if it happened last offseason, if they had just traded for him, because I think the writing was on the wall last year that they weren't going to keep him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you have another year of wear and tear on this dude that's been, I mean, he's been one of the most durable running backs of, pretty much of all time, just producing year after year after year. At some point, that's got to change.
Mm-hmm.
And running backs don't age like quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, rarely do you see a quarterback fall off a cliff.
Well,
running backs is different.
B, to your point, man, you got to think, B. Derrick Henry is the size of an offensive lineman playing running back.
Yeah.
So his body is probably more conducive to taking all those hits, throughout so many seasons because he has that size.
Well,
versus somebody like Austin Eckler or somebody.
I get that, but he's still human. And Mike Vrabel ran him like a 97 Ford Taurus.
Right.
I mean, I don't think he had a year under 300 carries.
Yeah. I honestly don't believe they got him for September and October. They got him for November, December, and January. I think his touches will be somewhere between 13 to 18 touches a game, ramping up. I still believe they're going to get another running back. Their speedster hurt his leg.
Yeah.
Like in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got another running back. Okay, man, it's Gus Edwards going? Who was the other running back?
The one who tore his Achilles in the first game. Ohio State kid. Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
but like you said, Kennedy, this move, we won't see the dividends of this move until January.
Yeah, when it's cold.
I need Steve Bisciotti, with all his tech system money and all that staffing money, to invest in a better medical staff. Because it seems like the last 3 years, something's going on with our players. Like, you got to invest.
Yeah.
And look, speaking of that, this was about 2 weeks ago, man. Because every team gets graded on like their stadium facilities and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The Commanders players gave the team an F. Your own team an F, and they gave him an F in a medical staff. And I said, "Wow, man!"
They weren't the only ones. I think Cincinnati.
Yeah, there were a few more.
I think Cincinnati gave their owner an F.
Okay, so you see the thing right there. So Cincinnati's owner, he inherited the team from his father. His father wasn't a rich man. He lost the Browns, so they don't have that much money. Commanders had one of the worst owners in the history of pro sports. Didn't invest in the team. The reason why I never believe in the Chargers is because they have a cheap owner. If you spend them, say what you want about the Cowboys. But Jerry put that stadium up. But what he also did that no one really talks about, that practice facility.
Yeah, world class.
And then what happened after that? Everyone mimicked. Like, now they've been usurped by Minnesota. That's the thing. The Bills practice facility and the Titans new ones, whenever they get built, are going to be great. So it's the whole thing. It's just not about the money. It's the cafeteria, the medical staff, the weight room, everything.
Yep. Arthur Blank just put millions into our practice facility that'll be done hopefully before the season.
Daddy Warbucks at Denver, they're building a new facility.
Oh, okay, man. Don't get me started on Denver Broncos.
The Saints
Oh man.
had a really good facility. I mean, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
College teams, high school teams cannot have better facilities than you.
Hey, some of these high schools in Texas are crushing these NFL teams.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, boy. And that's just like, and we discussed it, man. Football down south means something totally different from football anywhere in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like and like I said, I've lived it, man. It's like a way of life, man. Starting sometime on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. Oh man, that's all it's about down south, man. It's high school football on those nights, man.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
But look, go ahead, B.
No, I was just gonna ask y'all, what's been the most impressive signing, or not signing, because I mean they can't announce anything until tomorrow.
At 4.
But the most impressive tampering signing so far since yesterday.
I don't know.
Okay, I got one. We already mentioned it. Josh Jacobs to the Packers. I love that move. I love that move.
Yeah.
I like the Saquon and the Derrick Henry stuff. Those two are like.
For me, it just happened like not too long ago, maybe a couple hours ago. Danielle Hunter going to the Texans.
Oh, that happened?
That happened.
Oh.
Danielle Hunter to the Texans, and on top of them trading for Joe Mixon.
The Texans making some moves. Last year they were good. This year it might be. Ooh, boy.
I just my thing is I just want them to just like, you got to maximize this window. Very rarely do you get a window like this with a rookie quarterback or with a second year quarterback who I'm not going to call elite yet because it's only been 1 year. You gotta prove it to me again. But you know, with a quarterback, a young quarterback who's knocking on the doorstep of being elite. So this means that you need to do what you can to show up the receiver room, do what you can to show up the O-line, and just maximize his window. And it seems like they're off to a good start.
You're in the worst division in football. I mean,
yeah,
take advantage. Even though I think Jacksonville's going to. I still think Jacksonville's going to take it this year.
Well, I gotta beg to differ with you on that though. As far as the worst division in football, I still think it's the NFC South. I still think it's the NFC South.
I hate to say it, but hey.
Yeah, I always forget about the Panthers. I always forget.
Yeah, David Tepper alone just
that's an anchor that just like that's an anchor to take you down to the Titanic.
I don't know what the heck he doing in Carolina, man.
Bro. Brian Burns for a second and a fifth.
They gave him away for Chi beans.
He didn't even get a first round pick for Christian McCaffrey.
He's hiring people that he likes instead of hiring the best, and no one wants to go to him.
No.
And see, here's the thing too. They got a new GM and Dan Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to me as just he's just a puppet.
Yes.
His hands are tied, and it's making him look horrible.
Yeah.
Bro.
Ben Johnson. Remember they was like, "Oh, Ben Johnson, like he's not going there. He's not going there."
No. Didn't Dan Morgan play for the team?
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you know, I'm only gonna complain, but so much because you know he ain't gonna be chasing Kirk Cousins. Neither is Shaq Barrett. He's gone.
Yeah.
out
of the division. So yeah, just go ahead, keep letting them pass rushers walk out of the division. I don't care.
Yeah. Jesus.
I see something about Carolina. I'm looking at them like, what?
All right. So since we're on the NFC South,
yeah,
Sean, Why haven't your team blown it up? What do y'all do?
Well, man, let me. My sources say it's the owner. She has relationships with some of the players,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the GM. Our GM has a good relationship
Mm-hmm.
with some of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but our cap guy is one of the smartest cap guys in the league. So the rumor is.
Oh no. Look, the voodoo and magic they've been doing the last couple years
with the cap.
Man, ooh, I ain't seen this since whoever the cap guy was, Snyder, back in like that year they do like way over the cap, and all of a sudden they signed Archuleta and all. Like
man,
their cap guy is really good.
Look, B, I couldn't believe it because I know mainly K-Man been talking about how the way some of these contracts are written up. When I looked at Michael Thomas contract, B, I said, what the heck? I'm like they're redoing numbers here. They're gonna spread this number over this many years. They're gonna give a bonus here. If he makes this, they're gonna give him here. I'm like, what in the capology is this mess?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you all traditionally do a lot of restructures?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing about restructures. Because like right now, I've seen y'all cap number. I haven't seen that much red since the last Trump rally.
But look, this is the last I heard. We're still like I think 10 or 11 million over. I'm not sure how they're going to work that out.
Last time I checked over the cap, y'all weren't the Chargers are the worst. They're 25 over the cap.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, that with the way they be working them contracts with them agents, man, like I'm like, man, this is this need to be a college course called Capology. You can take this mess, learn how to do cap, and you can
say some 1.2, 1.7 under the cap.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, he's the best.
Wow.
He
what
is.
I tell you?
No, look. I'm just thinking like to 2 or 3 months ago when I saw the number.
Yes,
bro.
What?
And B, and like you said, B, if you look at it, it's all restructuring contracts, spreading them out over time, giving the players a lot of that, most of that money up front.
Yeah.
Man.
Next year, they're 58 million over the cap.
But look, K-Man, didn't I tell you with the Denver Broncos, I said that's a Sean Payton specialty. Every year he's with the Saints, we were like way over the cap based on decisions that him and the GM will make.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know how the Broncos went from 16 million under the cap to 45 million. 16 million over the cap to 45 million under the cap. I don't know how they did that. I mean, yeah, they cut Justin Simmons and they traded Judy, but I'm like, and they restructured some deals. But how did you do all that? With
that's 85, what they do.
85 million hanging over your head, you gave to corporate Russ.
Like B said, that's what they do is restructuring. They know how to restructure those deals to spread that money out over time.
All right, so now that we speak on the Saints, let's talk about the Brandon's new team, the Atlantic Falcons. Dirty Birds. Team with no real fans that live in Atlanta.
That's not true. You know, in my dealings with, fellow Falcons fans, there are some diehard Falcons fans around.
Yeah, 15, 20 days.
Yeah, like 15. But there are some.
They're more Braves fans.
I ain't gonna lie to you, B. I be riding around here in Stafford, man. And I see a few of them sprinkled around. The little, like I got my Saints license plate framing. I see a few Falcons. I think I see like maybe 2 or 3 every year. So, and then don't get me wrong. Like if I go into Target or Walmart, I see somebody with a Falcons something on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that don't make them a real fan, though.
Not really doesn't.
Well, true.
I mean, because the Falcons.
I took my high school senior pictures in a Michael Vick jersey. I wasn't a real fan.
I mean, because their colors are fire colors.
The best colors in the league.
Them fire colors. So
best colors in the league. Best logo in the league.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
That's uniform.
And look, everybody said, man, when the team comes to town to play Atlanta, you better have good security because it might end up in a strip club or some club.
just like how you go when you go to Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
Or Houston.
But team wise, man, I couldn't be more proud of how things going right now. I mean, for years, the quarterback has been the black hole of the Falcons, ever since Matt Ryan fell off a cliff. And they just tried these wet band-aids year after year after year. Kirk Cousins isn't a sure thing. Let's get that straight. He's not a sure thing. He's coming off a significant injury, but I feel like a Kirk Cousins at 60 or 70% is much better than Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke.
So signing him, does that take you out? Because a lot of people presume it takes you out of the drafting quarterback market.
No, absolutely not.
Now, are you saying that, or do you believe that your front office?
No, I believe that. Number one, I believe Fontenot is there for the long haul. They hired Raheem Morris, so he's not young, but he's younger, and so I feel like Arthur Blank wanted them to have this type of run that Sean McVay and Les Snead. Yeah, they want them to have that type of relationship, to try to keep them together, because the dudes are smart, and especially Fontenot. But the way players are able to gravitate towards.
Don't bring up that name.
Huh?
He was my number one choice. John Elway. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the way the players gravitate and gravitate towards Raheem Morris and his style of coaching, I think we got something great here for a long time. I think so. With that being said, I think that this is a good draft. This is a really good draft to get a prospect that you can sit and give the Jordan Love treatment for at least 2 to 3 years. Give the Jordan Love treatment. Let him sit down. Let him learn, whether that's JJ McCarthy, whether that's Michael Penix Jr.
What about Drake? What about Drake May?
I'll take Drake.
Yeah, because if you bring in Kirk, I mean, you would probably go for a project.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Kirk gives us he just gives us that security blanket to where we can, if let's say Penix is sitting there at pick 27 or 28, you got an extra 3rd round pick to, we can get back into the 1st round and take that guy, so we can just set him, stash him, when Kirk's contract runs out or whenever he falls off a cliff, whatever happens first. We got Penix there he's been in the oven 3-4 years. He's ready to insert. We keep the ball rolling because all of our skill positions are young. All of them.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Desmond Ridder is your project, man.
Yeah, the 3rd string project.
No. I'm telling you, they're grooming him to be the starter. They're bringing Kurt in so he can learn from Kurt.
No, he's not.
No.
Desmond Ridder was Arthur Smith's quarterback. He was Arthur Smith's draft pick. They're gonna coach him up enough for him to either be the backup or be the 3rd string quarterback until they don't have to pay him anymore. They're not married to Desmond Ridder. He's an Arthur Smith project. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got cut, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised because you got to understand, like, when you get a new coach, coaches are very particular, and new coordinators, they're very particular about their guys. If I didn't draft you, you can kick rocks.
Yeah.
Especially like I'll give him to minicamp, right? I'll give him minicamp. If we get to minicamp and he hasn't shown anything, he may be gone.
Yeah.
Now I probably will say no. He will not be because of last year. Last year, all the injuries that happened to quarterbacks last year scared these people. So I would rather have him in the stash just in case something happens. And I just need someone to manage the offense for 2 games.
Right.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. That's his name. Jimmy Garoppolo is my backup quarterback, and I'm good.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Hey, y'all want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
So CJ Gardner Johnson going back to Philly on 3-year deal.
What?
Yeah, 3-year deal worth up to $33 million. Something else interesting. Just got finished talking about this team. The Panthers have come to trade terms with the Steelers. Panthers are getting Deontay Johnson and a 7th-round pick for Dante Jackson and a 6th-round pick. So, I mean, for what it's worth, they're trying to get Bryce Young some help.
Yeah, but in Pittsburgh, you know, your boy brother retiring, man, Derek Watt.
Yeah,
after 7 seasons.
But
I didn't know he played. I didn't know he played that long.
Yeah, but here's my only thing though with Pittsburgh. This is such an Arthur Smith move. This is and I know he's only the coordinator, but this so screams Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith's in there. We're gonna run this ball 30 to 40 times a game. We don't need receivers, but you go get Russell Wilson, who needs all the help he can get.
Yeah. This is what I mean. What's the name? Mike Thomas content. He's content. I've been to two Super Bowls. I won one. I'm content. Because when he hired Arthur Smith, that's all that told me. You're content.
I never understood that. I didn't get that move at all, man. But I'm not there in the room with these guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just couldn't understand that one.
Honestly, for me, this free agent class was weak. When I saw Chris Jones as the number one player, I was like, oh, this is nothing. This is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of moves here and there, but I don't think anything is really like shaking me off the 7 teams that I consider contenders. So
yeah,
and I knew it was going to be kind of weak, man, because of what happened to Justin Fields. Nobody was chomping at the bit to get Justin Fields, and I'm looking. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's supposed to be so good, and how come nobody's trying to do a deal for this guy?
I just thought of a team that could go after Justin Fields.
What's that?
Sneaky on the low. LA Rams. LA Rams.
That might get interesting. That could get really interesting right there.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Stafford has what, 2 years left?
2 years left. Sean said no one's chomping at the bit. His offense, since he came to, I've been doo-doo, has not showcased anything.
Mm-hmm.
Get him to like a G. Don't be also Minnesota, because Minnesota's head coach used to be the offensive coordinator for the Rams. I would not be shocked.
And the sad thing is, man, and you two have alluded to it so many times. People, it's like they're not blaming Justin Fields. They're blaming the Chicago Bears in the front office and everything.
Made him a running back.
You can't blame him. You've given him a new offensive coordinator every year he's been in the league.
You finally gave me a wide receiver, but that still had Luke Getsy as my offensive coordinator and Eberflus as my head coach. What am I going to do with that?
That's what everybody is saying. And what they're thinking people are going to say if they do get rid of Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams. How is Caleb Williams' career going to play? It's going to be just like Justin Fields?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know why? Because he's going to have a new coach next year.
Yeah.
So he has to go through this crap that Justin Fields had to go through. So a new system. Yeah, because keeping Eberflus made no sense.
Yeah.
And all they told me was they're cheap and they didn't want to pay him to be sitting somewhere else.
Yep.
Wow.
And you know what else? You know the other constant? Ryan Poles is still gonna be there. So he's gonna hire another lame coach. I hate it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for Justin Fields too. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, where's the leadership?
Yeah, I mean, he's
Man, look,
not a bad hand, bro.
Yeah.
that's why Eli didn't want to go to the Chargers that year. Remember?
Yeah.
If the Commanders didn't have such a high pick, I think the natural fit would have been Justin Fields to the Commanders with who's the coordinator?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. That would have probably been a natural fit. But they're gonna have to number 2 pick, they're gonna pick Jaden Daniels.
I'm not convinced they're not gonna move to 1. Caleb.
To me, if that were to happen, Caleb should be thanking heavens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because not only do you go to a team with fresh ownership, but you got your coach,
Mm-hmm.
and who knows him better than Cliff?
Yeah.
What? It's 8:01. Clock is up.
Oh yeah. Wrap it up.
We gotta get out of these parts.
Yep.
Keep our marriages together.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Keep everything sound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, what did I tell y'all other week? I said don't bring up a happy home, man.
Yeah, for real. We ain't gonna be the ones doing it.
No.
Another podcast for another day.
Yeah. Hulu.
Mr. VHS.
I'm on four.
On that note,
Yeah, it's that.
It's been a real one. Another one in the books.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back probably sometime around draft time, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know it.
Yeah, like the draft is on Thursday.
Yeah, I think it's on a
Yeah,
Thursday.
so like Tuesday or Thursday before the draft.
Yep.
Yeah.
Till then, man.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Holler at you.
Peace.
Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.